Okay, for question 4, we're going to look at page 57 of your textbook. So page 57. Now under the names of compound. Now I just need you to differentiate between IDE and ATE. Okay, so you can see there's ATE here and IDE. IDE actually normally stands for there are only two elements. Okay, there are only two elements present. Now, whenever you see that there is this AT at the back, means that this includes oxygen. Now, let me give you an example. So, if I look at sodium iodide, okay, do look at the naming here. So, sodium, obviously in the periodic table, you can see that the word is sodium. Now, there's no such element as an iodide. Okay, the element present is actually iodine. However, to say that sodium and iodine has actually combined together, the last word, the last part of the name actually changed to IDE. Okay, so that's why this sodium and iodine, when you chemically combine together, it forms sodium iodide. Now let's look at the next one, iron 2 sulfide. So because it is an IDE over here, we know it's a compound and it consists of two elements only. So sulfide, if I look at sulfide, what element does it sound like in the periodic table? So if you flip through your periodic table, realize sulfide actually represents your sulfur. Okay, now how about iron 2? If you look at the whole periodic table, you don't see an element called iron 2. Instead, the element is actually called iron. You will learn more about this number 2 over here, okay, this number 2 over here at a much later stage. For now, just need to know that this number 2 here, don't need to worry about it so much in this chapter yet. Okay, so now let's look at the next one, iron 2 sulfate. Okay, because can you see here there's a word ATE at the back, sulfate. So we know that it's definitely going to include oxygen. Now, next part, sulf. Okay, which element has something like this? The only possible one is sulfur. And lastly, iron 2, once again, what element is present? Iron. So iron 2 sulfate actually consists of iron, sulfur, and oxygen chemically combined together. So the ATE tells us that this is a compound that includes oxygen within the iron and the sulfur. Okay, let's look at next one, lithium carbonate. So ATE once again, so we know it consists of oxygen. There's lithium, there's carbon. Okay, so lithium and carbon. Please always double check that you do see that element in the periodic table. Please don't just write some nonsensical name, okay? Okay, next part, magnesium nitrate. Once again, got the ATE, so it has oxygen within it. Now, nitrate, ni. So if you look at this NITR, what does it remind you of? It actually reminds you of nitrogen. So it's very important to know your elements in the periodic table, get a hang of it, know what they are. And last one, magnesium. Okay, so this will be your three elements, okay, for magnesium nitrate. So do take note, the naming of the compound actually will tell you what elements are present within the compound itself. So this is for question 4.